you are just 23, 24, and you want to get into a relationship. As how now? Like people will say, you're going to waste your time because you're not ready to get married. Hi, my name is Sam Ajayi, and I'm here to share with you from my wealth of knowledge. There are red flags you just must watch out for now that you're in a relationship. So what are you going to be doing at 21-year-old? You're going to mess yourself up. Believe you me. Now, I was heading a department somewhere, in a church before, and true life story. There's this teenage girl, and then I think the guy was about 20, and the lady should be about 17 max. And then I noticed that these people are getting close. So I called the guy and I said, no, I'm not in support of this. As your head, like the head of the department, and he's in the church. I say, sorry, I'm not in support of this. Because it's something I've always teach. Many times I set up a relationship, forum, discussing about when and how a lady should get prepared for a relationship at the right age, and how a guy should set themselves, and prepare themselves to get into a relationship and all that. But I've always told the younger ones that sometimes I'll ask them, how old are you? They tell me about, okay, how old do you think you want to get married as a lady? Some of them will say 25, okay. Some will say maybe before 30, 28, 25, 20, and so on like that. And I ask the guys, when do you think you can get married? At what age do you think you can get married? They will tell me the age. And then I ask them, I say, okay, so can you see? So let's say you're 18 now, and you want to get into a relationship, or you're in a relationship. And as a lady, you say you're going to get married at the age of 25. So the person you're with right now, do you think you can get married to this person? You guys are still growing. You've not even formed your character yet. So you must be very, 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 very careful. Because when you are 18 right now, you want to get married at the age of 25 as a lady. Now, it means you have 7 years. So between that 7 years, now what are you going to be doing together? You're going to be sleeping around. And then there's tendency that you get pregnant and so on. So I do not, support people getting into a relationship early. Like I said, a guy who wants to marry you knows from the beginning. Because you saw the type of girl that the person is before you decide to say, oh, I think I like this lady, I want to be her friend. First stage, get to talk, know each other, and then you also get to know, the family they're from. So, like, when I was learning about, relationship and all that, there's so many things that we learn how they do it, in the past. Like when, our mothers, our fathers and all that. Before you say you want to get married to a lady, or you want to get married to a guy, you can't even be the one to take that decision. You inform your parents. I'm talking about the way our parents taught us and told us about how they did it. So the family will get to know each other. They will send people to go to that town to know the kind of family they are, or the kind of disease that they have in that family, the kind of family that they are. Are they trustworthy people? Are they reputable people in the community? Are they, even if they are not elite, they're not the elite, or maybe they are not in the first class or the middle class, or whatever class they are. They send people to get to know who they are, and then some of these things before they take a decision. Okay, our son or our daughter can marry this person. But right now we just jump into a conclusion. Oh, I like this person. You just engage them, and you say you want to get married to them. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, and I can tell you that. So I told this particular lady, I said, come, I'm not in support of maybe you guys are in a relationship and all that. My hands are off this because you guys are still very young. The guy is 21, and then you as a girl, you're 17. From where now? That's how you're going to mess yourself up. Eventually, I washed my hand, and because they were adamant, I said, and they left the department. Both of them left. A few years later, it was like, I saw this thing, I saw it. I heard that the lady now smoke, because eventually, I guess that guy smokes. Not even just normal cigarettes, so I don't want to go into much detail. And then, at the end of it, the girl was pregnant, and the guy said he's not the one in charge. He's not the one involved with the pregnancy. That it has nothing to do with the pregnancy and all that. And then it was messy. It was really terrible, messy situation. But it is what it is. So, like I said, the things that we must watch out for, very, very important. You must watch out. Why am I in a relationship right now? Am I sure this person is right for me? Do I think I can spend the rest of my life with this person? But I believe that getting into a relationship, it's something that you have thought through, and you know that this is supposed to lead to marriage. If you're in a relationship with somebody and then you're seeing some things and you say, no, I can't. Cut it off. Like, cut it off. You don't have to waste your time. And you're in a relationship, somebody's beating you, and then they have anger issue anytime. They just, you can see it. It's these same people will kill you one day. They will get angry, and then you get stabbed and all that. So it's very important that we watch out for some of these things. There are signs, red flags that you must not be fooled, or maybe your eyes is covered with so much love, affection and all that you can't see this red flag and just take off. Most of the time, some of us don't watch out for all these things. You are just blindfolded by the beauty and this person has the structure that I need. Some ladies will say, I want him dark, tall, lanky, 6 packs and all that. You're wasting your time on what does not exist. You know why? Now, the Bible says that he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Now, listen, it says he that findeth a wife, not findeth a lady, findeth a girl. He that findeth a wife, meaning that wife you have to find as a guy. You just must find. You must have been in many relationships and you have not found a wife yet. Well, I agree with you. But trust me, from day one, you know that this person that you're in a relationship with for about 2 years, 3 years, you cannot even marry them. Why waste their time? Why waste your own time too? And there are some other things that happen that people, you can tell that they're not ready for a relationship. For example, as a guy, you're from a very humble family and you are just 23, 24, and you want to get into a relationship. As how now? Like people will say, you're going to waste your time because you're not ready to get married. Like when I was 26 or 25, I said to myself, I think I would like to get married maybe at the age of 28. And I set a target. Yeah, that's the right thing. I set a target for myself that, at 28, I want to achieve this, and then I'll get married. Trust me, I was from a very humble family. I'm from a very humble family. I'm from a very humble family. But trust me, I said to myself, maybe when I'm 28, I just won't get married. But even at 28, I was only able to achieve a few things. Okay, let me just say, I said to myself, by 28, I should be able to, register my own company, start my own company. At 28, I should be able to have a place where I can get married to my lovely wife. 23, I can't remember them now. I set a very few list of targets that I must achieve before I can get married. But trust me, the only thing I was able to do was to get how to register my own company. Yeah, I was not able to get a place yet. I was still staying, with my mom, my late mom, and some other things because I just didn't want to leave her because my father already passed. So to cut the long story short, so 28 years old, I was only able to register my company and maybe one or two other things. But I couldn't meet up with the list because of the family that I came from. But like I used to say that I'm not where I'm going yet, but I'm not where I used to be. God has really moved me forward. To cut the long story short, the Bible says that he that findeth a wife has found a good thing, not a lady, not a girl. So from day one, I knew what I wanted. So I wasn't able to meet my target, so I could get married at 28 years old. But I pressed forward. I pressed on in trying to achieve one or two things, and I eventually got married at the age of 31. But I was able to achieve some of these things. Yeah, and I think I got a car too. Got a car before I got married and all that. But what am I saying? Some of these things, you must set a target for yourself. When a teenager starts to go into a relationship, what are you going to be doing? Now, you must ask yourself a question. Like how old? Like you can ask, like when do you think you want to get married? Ask them this question. A 21-year-old guy, why is he in the relationship? You're going to mess yourself up. Trust me, you're going to mess yourself up. And it will lead to any form of, serious relationship that will lead to marriage. I'm telling you the honest truth. I hope you're blessed. And if you really love this video, give me a like, share, comment, and follow